Welcome, this is my review of the San Diego Comic-Con 3-pack Gamerverse exclusive Savage Land figures from the X-Men. You got Shanna the She-Devil, you've got Rogue in the Savage Land uniform, and you've got another Sauron figure, not to be confused with the Lord of the Rings Sauron. I debated whether to do this review because I think it's unfair, because there were so many people that got left out that wanted this figure. Mostly I would say because of this one right here. Everybody loves Rogue. That's the primary reason I wanted this set, because I love Rogue. She's one of my favorite X-Men. And I've always liked the Savage Land because I'm a dude, so for clear reasons there. Shanna was a figure because, you know, her companion was released in a wave earlier, so I of course wanted her because I had her partner. And especially if you're collecting the Savage Lands figures, which they seem to be making more of them exclusives, because I got the already on the channel I reviewed the Professor X Savage Land figure, so that one's already on there. But let's talk about these guys. So we will start with Shanna first. So this is the Shanna figure. And of course, this is supposed to be based on they made it Gamerverse, so it's supposed to be based on the game called Marvel Snap, which I've never played. I think that's actually like a mobile game, but I don't know. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I've never played it before. But it was just, they put it under that tagline to sell the 3-pack. I didn't go to San Diego Comic-Con. I got this through Hasbro Pulse because I'm a premium member here in America. So I was able to snap it up, and it went quick too. That's why I was like, well, do I really want to review this? Because it's not fair, because there's gonna be so many people that are not gonna have this figure, or if they can get it, they're gonna have to pay more money on the third-party market, like how I used to do before they offered them on Hasbro Pulse for premium members. Because by the time the 2 o'clock time rolled around, regular Hasbro Pulse members, this was already sold out. But this is the Shanna, or Shanna figure, however you pronounce her name. She looks great. She does suffer from the female Marvel Legends long-haired thing where you can't really look up so much. That's about as much as you're going to get from her. She has a little bit more because they've got the hair kind of thrown back a little bit. She can look side to side. She is pinless, so that is a plus. She has the torso kind of thing, swivel, where you can kind of torso her down like that, but all the other movements are the same for the pinless Marvel Legends figure. I will say this, for an exclusive, they at least do give you the accessories. Oh my goodness, they gave us a lot. So she's got the spear, which is painted, detailed, which you wouldn't expect from Marvel Legends. She has a rifle. She comes with a knife, and you've got like several different like holding hands for the rifle and the spear. She's got the open hands. She comes with the fist already on there. So I mean, a lot of good accessories. That's just her accessories. That's not everybody else's. But just to zoom in on that face, they did a great job on the sculpting of the face. I will say that at least with the comic book and the video game characters, at least they've continued a great job, at least sculpting the face. Sculpting of the abs look good. Like, I mean, this is a good looking figure. So if you can get your hands on it, or you manage to get your hands on it, at least it'll be worth it in that regard, because it does come with all the great accessories and stuff. So I really have no complaints as far as that goes. Alright, so we'll move on to the one. This was the figure I want. And, you know, they could still release all of these individually, and they probably will. Hasbro has a thing about doing that, so if you missed out on this, they probably will do these as individual releases later on, so don't worry too much. And I'm expecting them to do a J. Scott Campbell Rogue in the Savage Land one anyways. So, because, I mean, I don't mind the face, but there are better sculpted Rogue faces. Like, they did a really good job with her eyes and everything. She has the abs, same as Shanna, so, and she's on the same pinless body, because you can clearly tell that it's the same body mold. But again, they did a great job on her. She again suffers from the long-haired thing too. Hers is a little bit flared back, so you can get a little bit of her up and down and side to side. So the necklace is free-floating, so you can kind of move it around if you need to. She, of course, comes with a lot of accessories as well. So we've got her staff, which has all this little extra little details on there with the beads, the feathers, everything else. Her spear is a little bit more smoother than Shayna's was, but really, really cool. She comes with a knife as well. And then she, of course, she has the fist hands already on there, but she does come with the open hands and the holding hands for the accessories. So she does come with those. All in all, great figure. I was I had mentioned this in the Professor X video, shameless plug, that, I knew that this figure was going to be coming and this was going to be a popular one. Of course, it's unfortunate that they put it in the San Diego Comic-Con 3-pack, but it is what it is. So, lastly, the one I was least excited about was this guy, but upon opening him, wow, now this is cool. This was the thing I was really impressed about. His mouth opens, look at all that detail on the tongue and the teeth, and he's got the top row teeth in there too. I mean, this guy is a lot more detailed than the old Sauron figure if you have that one. This, I mean, look at that. I mean, you can see like the scales on him, like they put some detail work into this. So this guy's no joke. He is pinless, so in case you're wondering about that, except for the back arms apparently. And I think the only reason being is maybe because of those wings, but his legs are pinless, so I guess he is like a hybrid. He's a hybrid half pin, half knot, and I think that mostly has to do with these wings. And again, because the wings are free-floating, you can at least still get the same articulation. The head does move up and down, so you can definitely get him into some really good poses. Oh, and the thing that I was really surprised about, and maybe they went over this in the presentation of this figure, but he does have bendy wire in the tail. I guess because this is a exclusive, they can put bendy wire in it, because normally they don't. I do own figures where they do have the bendy wire, but so you can adjust his tail in the back. But I mean, look at this detail. Like they got the loincloth. I mean, look at these scales. He is a nice looking figure, way better than that other one they did. So I will say that this one is a step up from the original one. You can get a lot of good poses out of him. He has kind of this like swivel, kind of giant size figure thing. It don't really seem to really allow you to do too much, except kind of turn the figure a little bit from side to side. So you don't really have like a true like ab crunch. But he is well more detailed. I mean, look at the detail in the wings. So he's the most surprising one in this wave, but at the same time, like, very well done. Very, very well done. I couldn't be more happy with how he turned out. Really the only accessories that he really came with, I guess, is kind of like his energy absorption thing, I guess. It's the only thing I can figure that goes to. If that's not what the situation is, because I couldn't really think of what else this really goes to or whatever. But there is that. It is what it is. But so he really doesn't really have any accessories other than that, but still a cool looking figure. Very well done. Good job as far as that goes. So he wasn't disappointing, as it turns out, because I was never really a huge fan of Sauron. I knew I already had one, so that was going to be, I was just going to put him with the Savage Land set of the older one that I had. But surprisingly, this was a really good set. I mean, if you can get your hands on it. I know it's a little bit more difficult to do so because it is an exclusive, but if you can, I think it's worth it, especially if you're an X-Men fan and you like the Savage Land and you already have some of these. But just be aware that they probably will release these as singles later on. So if you want your Shanna or Shayna, however you pronounce her name, and you want Rogue in the Savage Lands, just hold out. They'll probably release these as singles at some point later on down the line. They always seem to circle back to a lot of these figures, so just don't lose hope. But let me know in the comments. Did you pick this 3-pack up? Is it a pass for you? Remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you to the subscribers that I have. Remember to hit that bell notification for when the next video drops. And as always, thank you for watching.